Hello, welcome to this Blender beginner tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to start by getting ourselves busy learning Blender, at the same time getting to design a simple setup like we have in this picture. So let's jump right in. Now, if this is your first time coming into Blender, once you open up Blender, you should see the splash screen, of course, definitely, and recent files, new files. Just click anywhere outside, and that should get rid of the splash screen. So, how do you get to move in Blender? Let me make turn on my screencast keys first up. Okay, yeah. Now with that done, you notice my screencast keys is just right at the bottom left corner here. To rotate in Blender, hold your middle mouse button to rotate. Okay, to select object, left mouse click to select object in Blender. If you right click, depending on the settings you've already installed, you would have this object context menu, like so. Basic settings to get done in your preferences. So go to edit, preferences, come over to navigation and choose turn on orbit around selection, turn off perspective and depth auto, and then zoom to mouse position. Turn off this too if it's turned on. For your input, if you do not have a number pad or a separate number set of keys on your keyboard, just click on emulate number pad in order for you to use the numbers at the top of your keyboard to emulate your number pad. Yeah, is there any other settings? No, none for now. I think that's just about so. Okay, let's jump right in. In Blender, you have um, your menu bar, which comprises of your file. With this, you can create new documents, open recent documents, you can save your file, and you can import or export depending on the type of file you're trying to get done. You also have your edit menu, where you just went to take care of our preferences. And of course, you have your render, where you get to click and say render image. And depending on what your camera is showing, you get to render out an image that way. Okay, now we have what we call mode in Blender. Right now, we are in the object mode. And in the object mode, we are limited to the kind of operations we can perform. The first operation I would like to introduce us to is the move operation. So to move this object or any selected object, just press G on your keyboard and move your mouse. When you're satisfied with the location you've moved it to, just press your left mouse button to confirm the location. Ctrl Z to undo. Okay, but if you move it with G and you want to return it back to that position before confirming, just right click on it to snap back to its original position. You can move the camera as well, G to move. Select the light, G to move it, like so. And if you would want to rotate, an object, just press R, that's the function to rotate. And if you want to scale an object, press S to scale. And we have all of that in our transform controls. If you do not see that coming out, just press C and that'll bring it out. So press the transform controls and you can see this box here is to scale. So it's going to scale it in a specific direction, which this is X, which is the red line, that's X. The red is X, while the Y is green. Green is the Y axis, and the Z axis is Z. Okay, the Z axis is Z. So this is just our transform controls in Blender. To rotate this arc here would help you to rotate. So this is rotating along the Y axis, like so. The blue is the Z, rotating along the Z axis, like so, and the red is along the X axis. And of course, this pointed arrows here, they have to move in specific axis, like so. Alright, so that is just telling you how to make use of your transform controls, but rather than making use of those transform controls, get used to using the shortcut instead. So if I want to move this object in the X direction, just press G of X and I'll move it in the X axis, like so. G of Y to move it in the Y, G of Z to move it in the Z. So I press my right click button on my mouse to return it back to the original location, not just the center. Alright, so these are the operations that I can perform inside my object mode. However, for the design that we're aiming to get done, I cannot just do or achieve all of this in the object mode. Much more it's better for me to go perform them in the edit mode. Alright, so let's go on into the edit mode and let's get working. So just switch from here, go into your edit mode, or you can press tab and go switch to edit mode. If you do not see this menu, which is called the pie menu, when you press your tab, let me go back to my, just go to reference preferences, edit preferences, go to add-on and type in here pie, and make sure you just turn on 3D viewport pie menus. Make sure you turn it on. Once you turn it on, you should be able to see it. Okay, you should be able to see it. There is still one more settings. Yes, come down here to key map and turn on tab for pie menu. Okay, turn on tab for pie menu. So with those two turned on, the moment you press the tab on your keyboard, you should be able to switch between the different modes of operation in Blender. But right now we'll just be focused on object mode, edit mode, and yeah, object mode and edit mode. So just switch to edit mode right now and let's create a simple floor. So we need to make sure that, oh, let's have an introduction into edit mode. In edit mode, you have what we call vertices. All these tiny points or dots you see here are called vertices. Then we have the edge select mode. The edge select mode enables you to select the edges. Okay, 3D rotate by clicking your middle mouse button down and move your mouse. So middle mouse button down, move the mouse, you get to rotate around your object like so. Okay, and we have the face select mode. So for the face, I can with this select my face or the face of the object. Yeah, now I can hold shift and make sure all three selection modes of the edit mode is turned on. With this, I can always select the edges or the vertices first, then also the edges like so, and as well as the face. Okay, so now I want to select the entire object. I'm just going to press A and say select all. It turned it off, that's fine. Press A again and say select all, and that has turned everything on like so. I need to change my view to orthographic, so go to view, orthographic, and I have this scale with respect to Z and say 0.1. So I just scaled with respect to the Z axis by 0.1. That has reduced the height of this object that I have. Now I'm going to press scale and I'm saying shift Z, and if I move it up, you see it's scaling only with respect to the X and Y, just because I pressed shift Z. Let's do it again. Scale, shift Z, and then move. So this time I'm going to say 10, and I have this. So this is a simple scaling operation. I'm negating the Z axis and only scaling with respect to both X and Y at the same time. So I'll do it again, scale, shift Z, and this time let's say 5 times, so that I can have a broad floor. So that is like a floor plane, and I want the top of the floor plane to be on the center right here. So G of Z, move it down and right there like so. If you're wondering what I use to change my view, so I press 1 and I'm on front orthographic view. Okay, if I press 7, that's top. If I press 3, that's right. Control 1 is back, Control 7 is bottom, and Control 3 is left. So go back to object mode and I have my floor. I can rename this and say floor. Now I'm just simply going to say shift A mesh, create a new cube, go into 1 and go into edit mode, then move this up like so. Make sure it's positioned right there. Press Z to check in the wireframe mode, and I have this. Now press 3, select the top, go into object mode, or I can simply just select everything and scale it 0.2, yeah, and then G of Z. bring it down like so. Alright, select the top like so and extrude. So this is the first operation we're going to look at now. So press E on your keyboard, hold Ctrl, and you should be able to extrude like so. Now just select one side of the face, press 1, and extrude with respect to the x-axis. So say E, X, and hold Ctrl, and of course I've extruded it like so. I can select both everything with L like so, scale with respect to Y just a bit, and I have this operation done. Now I'm just going to create a loop cut by pressing Ctrl R, press 2 while it's still yellow, left click once, then right click. Now scale Z to scale with respect to the Z axis like so, then create another loop cut right here. Now over here I'm going to select this and I'm going to press Ctrl B to create a bevel right there. Now I'm going to just select that and increase the amount of segments I have to 10. Alright, so that gives a very nice curve, and I'll do the same here. So Ctrl B and give me a really nice curve like so. Alright, so that's for the table. Now I'm going to select the face, select mode, select shift select and shift select, and now I'm simply going to go extrude and shift Z. So I'm only going to scale it with respect to scale shift Z with respect to the X and the Y, just to bring it in a bit like so. I'll press 1 to go into the front view, press wireframe, and I'm just going to move it so it aligns to this section here. So G of X to move it and align it like so. So moving to object mode, and this is the result, or this is what I have as a result. Now I'm simply going to select this line and this line, and I'm going to give it a bevel as well. So Ctrl B to bevel, and I'm going to have a smooth bevel like so. This I can reduce to 5 or 7. Okay, and yeah, I think I'm satisfied with what I have right there. So this is just recreating a simple looking table. Now I'm going to right click on it and say shade auto smooth. So yeah, I have this nice looking table. Let's go on ahead and create the chair. So I'm just going to create a new cube, hold Shift A and press cube. So going to edit mode, scale it to about 0.2. It's covered up in there, so press Z to see it very well, and just go back to object mode, G of Y, move it in the Y axis a bit like so. Yeah, then you can press 3, move it up, so G of Z to move it up like so. We can switch to object view. So how do I want my state to look like? Alright, I'm simply going to select all of this and just this and X and delete faces, so that I have just this base, this and this, so just this 3, and I'm going to select them and scale respect to hex. That's too big. Scale hex 1.5. Alright, I think that's fine. Is it too much? Scale hex. Alright, now that's okay. And going into 3, just move this up a bit, about so, and I can go into just the hedge select these 2 hedges, O3, then G of Y to move it back a bit, select this, it's 3, and then extrude it upward, so E of Z, and let's see, Z. Yeah, like so. Now I have something looking like a bench or like a chair. However, I need it to be thick. It's a single plane right now. So let me introduce you to your first modifier, go on to this panel looking icon here and come up to add modifier and say solidify. And with this, first turn on the even thickness. You can see it added thickness to the plane, and I can just increase this to say 0.3. Looking too much, but let's say 0.25 will be fine. And say, before we apply that, just come up, select this edge and this edge as well as this edge, and apply a bevel to it so that we have a smooth shape object. Okay, or call shape object. Right click, shade auto smooth, like so. Going to edit mode again. I think I want to change this a bit. G of Y, just take it back a bit. Yeah, like so. Okay, with this done, I can come here and say apply bevel, or I still just need to create sort of padding here as well as the back. So I'm going to divide this Control R into 3. Okay, like so. Then I will Control B to create this bevel and take the segment down to 1. With this, I have a sort of segment between, so I can switch to my face select mode, select 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now to duplicate, press Shift D to duplicate. Okay, right click to return it back to its original position, press P to separate it from that very object, and press selection. Once you do that, switch back to object mode and make sure you go look for your newly selected object. You can also come up here to the outliner to come look for it. So this, let's name this. This is gonna be table. This is gonna be chair, and this is, well, we're still going to add it back to the chair. So for now, let's just come off to the modifier, add modifier, solidify as well. Now you can see that the thickness is being formed into this mess, which is not what we want. We want it to go outward. So switch the direction using the offset. And yeah, I think I'm okay with the thickness being a 0.01, and this, just select even thickness and come with this arrow and say apply. Now with that done, I can go into edit mode and I can simply select all of this, and I can scale it with respect to X. So scale it in just a bit, not too much, and in the edge select mode, select top and bottom like so, and this too like so. Now Control B to give it a bevel, and just increase my bevel to about 4, thereabout. It's fine. Let's just go 5. Alright, now Alt A to deselect all, Alt A, okay, tab, going to object mode, and simply select that very one and shift select the other, then Control J to join them together. So it is now a single object. Previously, we separated the selected faces. After duplicating it, we separated it with P, and just to achieve what we want to do. Now, I would like to go into edit mode and hit Control R on this and create 2. Okay, like so. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to hold Alt and click right on the edge there to select the entire loop that I just created, like these entire loop that I just created. And I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate it, like so, then press P again to create that selection. Now I'm going to just go look for it here. So there's it. So I'm just going to call it chair underscore light. So it's just going to be a very thin light rim on the ring like so. So just come up to the modifier, solidify, extend it outward, and this I want it to be very small, so 0.002. Okay, 0.002. Like so. We can turn off the floor if it's disturbing the view, like so. So I have the light, I have the chair, and now I have this. Let's create our home lamp. So create a lamp, Shift A, mesh, create a new cube, select the cube, you can call it table lamp, table underscore lamp, and go into edit mode, scale it to about 0.1, go into object mode, move it up, yeah, that's fine, and just G of Z, bring it down like so, G of X. For me, I'll just prefer the entire object being at the base of the center of mass, so G of Z, bring it up like so, go into object mode, now bring it down, and with this I can start my modeling. So scale with respect to, I can just select this face and move it down, G of Z, bring it down to about, yeah, select everything, scale Y, so about that amount. And now I'm just going to select this, extrude, just extrude it up a bit. Now 1 and extrude Z, yeah, like so. But G, Z, move it up again a bit more than. Okay, that's sort of too much. G of Z, because I still want to extrude. So yeah, like so. So we're going to select this entire loop, just hold Alt and select the edge right here while you're in face select mode, and the entire loop will be selected. Now I need to move it forward, so G of X, and move it forward like so. Alright, now I want to move only this face forward as well, so I'm just going to say G of X, and just G of X, slowly, and I think I'm fine with that. Okay, select this and extrude X, scale X 0, so S X then 0, like so. Now extrude, scale, and now G of X just a bit, and scale in Y direction a bit, yeah, then E, and I'm satisfied with what I have there. Alright, this is looking a bit too big, but that's fine for now. Let's go on and just get these edges. This first one, Ctrl B, and call it like so, Ctrl B, call this like so, and just gonna get this angle, and Ctrl B, call it like so. Alright, I think I'm gonna do the same for, no, in fact what I'm going to do here is hold this and extrude it out just a bit so it stands as a counter for this top, so it doesn't look as though it's about to tumble over. Now just select this top and this and Ctrl B like so. Alright, so I'm satisfied what I have there. I can select this face, okay, extrude E, scale with respect to Y, okay. Now I can shift D to duplicate, extrude it down a bit for the lamp, so if I press L, only that section gets selected like so. Alright, so that's for my lamp. Shade auto smooth, okay, shade auto smooth, and simple, so I can just move this GY like so. Let's just see what else do we have. Okay, we have this, and we have a plant, we have a part. Alright, so let's see, I can just select this, shift D to duplicate, P to separate it, select it, going to edit mode, edge select, or you can simply just select everything, scale Y a bit, select this edge, J of X to move it like so, select everything, scale it in a bit, 7 and G. So scale Y, scale X a bit, scale up Y a bit, scale X a bit, and G, and move it like so. And I need it to have a little thickness, so I can move it, I can just extrude it up, see, up just a bit, not too much, not too much, like really small, okay, really small. And now I get to move in and select the 4 edges and give it a bevel so it has rounded edges. Okay, I need the last of the 4, or let's just make it the top 2. Okay, just this 2. So Control B, and we have this like so, and I need to increase this to about 10. If there's anybody who's already a professional watching this, of course I'm doing all of this so I don't get to go use the subsoft modifier. Alright, and yeah, let's get our tablet in there. So just right click, origin to 3D geometry. Yeah, cursor to selected. Create a new cube, select a cube, go into edit mode, scale 0.1 and scale Z 0.1, scale Z again 0.5, and go into my edit mode, GFZ, move it right about so, GFZ. I need it right on top, yeah, like so. That's fine. Then scale it versus to the x-axis, and I feel that's okay. You know what? Because a section is glass and the other section is solid in terms of the material, I'm going to create that right from now. So just gonna move this up a bit, G of Y, and now I'm going to duplicate Shift D, yeah, then extrude it down a bit like so. Alright, so that's gonna serve as my tablet, G of Y, like so. Shift S, and because it's selected, one thing I can do is perhaps to just create my text, so Shift A, and where is it? Yeah, text. Alright, and this is the text here. So each tab and backspace, and the time is 14:35. Alright, each tab, object mode, scale, let's scale it down like so, to right about so, and RZ 180, yeah, come on, RZ 180, yeah, that's rotate around the Z axis at 180 degrees, so G of Z, let's just go into front view and move it up, so G of Z, yeah, it's up. Now come down here, you should be able to see the icon, hey, object data properties, but this object is a text now, so I want this to be center aligned, so I can have it right there. That's the first thing. I'm not gonna change the font or the word spacing, so I'm gonna go up to geometry and extrude it upwards a bit, but I don't want it to be too obvious that, yeah, it's extruded, so I'm gonna say 0.02. Alright, so yeah, that's gonna be my text. Ordinarily it's here, I can always select it like so. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, it's called. It's all called, so that's fine. Edit mode, switch to edge select. Select 1, select 2, select 3, and select 4. And Control B to bevel it like so. Not too much, but actually it's fine. Alright, we're good. And let's see. Okay, we have this flower looking shade like something like that, but Are we gonna hard as, or should we replace it with something else? Yeah, let's replace it with something else. Alright, so what are we gonna replace it with? Books? Mm, let's drop Suzanne inside a structure like so. So go on to mesh. Right now, just make sure your cursor is around, say, the table. So I'm going to select this table. I'm going to select face, select this face, and say Shift has cursor to selected. So the 3D cursor gets to be positioned right here on top. Alt A, and then tab object mode, Shift A, select the where are you? Mesh and cylinder, edit cylinder, scale the cylinder 0.1, and still so big, scale cylinder 0.8. Yeah, right about so it's fine. Then G of Z to move it up. Okay, that's cool. Now, just to create the base structure first, G of Z, and this is gonna serve as my base. Select everything, scale Shift Z, and I'm gonna have it like so. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Control R to create a loop, bring the loop up. Control B, create duplicate, take this down to just one. Yeah, then scale it. I want it bigger. Yeah, then E, so extrude. Right click to position it back at its original position. Scale Shift Z to just take it in like so. Alright, then I can scale Z to have this kind of effect. Okay, and for what I'm trying to achieve, press Alt and select this, then Control B to create this bevel. So I want my bevel to have more segments. So it's a curve like so. So it's gonna say, "Hey, you're wasting a lot of vertices." That's fine. Control B, and I just need something smooth going down. Alright, that's smooth enough. Alt A to deselect everything. Now, what I'm going to do is just select this whole face. Of course, you can just use the face select that way. And I'm going to duplicate, so Shift D to duplicate and extrude it up a bit up like so. Now that's fine. Is that okay? Shift Z a bit. And now I can Control B to create a bevel, but this time I want my bevel to be just a single bevel, like something like this. You can see this shape that we have right at the top here. It's a single bevel. And even though it's a single bevel, I'm still just going to select all of this, then extrude E, then scale Shift Z to have that sort of crease or this segment here at the top. Alright, I think my bevel is not enough, so press 1 and G of Z, move it over B. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So I can select all of this, scale Shift Z, just so at the base here I can have this. And you know what? Let's just select this and give it a sort of nice bevel as well. Object mode, right click, shade, auto smooth, and I can just move this a bit closer and say G of Y this time. And right now I'll go into my wireframe and I want to select the center here, Shift S, then cursor to selected, go into object mode, Shift A, and bring in, where's Suzanne, the monkey, mesh, and monkey. So this is Suzanne the monkey. Okay, that's fine. So I can just go into edit mode, scale to about 0.1. Ooh, interesting. What happened? 3D cursor, please. Okay, what I just did is ordinarily when I scaled, scaled 0.1, it did not scale to the center of origin, which is not what I want. I want it to scale right into this container here. So Ctrl Z. In order for me to achieve that, I need to just press dot or full stop on my keyboard and change my pivot point to 3D cursor. So scale, say 0.1, and you can see it's scaled right in there. But I want it to be smaller, so I can just control the scale. I'm not holding control, just scale, ordinarily scale, and Alright, I think it's swallowed up in there. That's fine. Press Z, go to wireframe mode, press 1, and position it G of Z. So here is Zane. Zane in the container, that's fine. And RZ 180, yeah. The RZ, but it's sort of looking at the person working. Alright, so that's that about that. Next up is a material. So let's just save this um, introduction to Blender 3D. Alright, let's first of all turn on the floor and select the floor. We'll be going for simple shader materials this time. So if you like, just go on to shading, okay? And once you do that, if you're getting or you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing right now, that's fine, okay? Just come up to this drop down, turn on scene light, turn down world opacity, turn down blur, and it should get better. Should just by doing this. Press this, turn on scene light, strength of 1, world opacity, and this is this. Yeah, now for the floor, let's just choose make sure you're in the shading workspace, okay? And of course you can also check upon your material, which is everything here is also what I'm having here. So this is my principled BSDF, which is what is selected here, okay? Principled BSDF, that is what is there. So I can change the base color of the floor to say a deep something close to black, about so, okay? And let's give it a really nice metallic yeah, so metallic 0.8 fine, roughness 0.5 is fine. I'm not going to change it from that. So this I'm going to say m underscore floor, so material floor, and this is going to go for m underscore steel. So for this steel, I'm just going to turn up my base color down a bit, turn on metallic to 1, and my roughness to about 0.4. So let's zoom in and check it out. And I feel it's too dark. Nice. I think that's fine. Now let's just, yeah, anyways, 0.1 is fine. Turn off the specular to about 0.8. No, let's just say 0.6. That's okay. So if you go all the way down for your roughness to like a 0.1 or 0, you get this like that sort of mirror here, mirror surface. That's what you get. So hang on to about 0.4, 0.5, and you should still have a nice sheen looking metal. Alright, and now I'm just going to create a new material by hitting plus here and click new. And for this, I'm going to call this ham underscore black mate. Okay, so right now you're not going to see anything. I'm just going to turn this off the way down to black and increase my specularity to 0.8, my roughness to about 0.75. Now go into edit mode tab and select edit mode, and I'm going to select this face first, then hold control, select this face. So it's going to select all the faces along till it gets to the very face you selected last, and hold control and select this face as well. And with that I have all of these selected. Choose my black mate and hit assign. So if I alt A, you can see my black mate selected like so. So I can always yeah, it's all the way black. I think this is what I need to adjust to increase the darkness. Yeah, and of course it's not rough, like it's not shiny or glossy in any way. All right, that's fine. So I'm gonna use the same dark mate for this board here. So select this and select dark mate, and that's done. All right, now let's select this and let's say m underscore plastic. So for this, Let's just go for gray looking, then deep blue, make it really dark, but still the blue is going to be showing. And because it's plastic, zero metallicity, and this can go up to 0.4, the roughness 0.4, and the specular can go to 0.65 for a good nice plastic material. Now the next thing I want to look at right now is the transparent material. Okay, so I'm going to hit plus and it's new and say m_glass. Oh, right. Now for this, there's something you need to do. We are working right now in EV. Okay, so first I'll turn on my ambient occlusion and I'll say 10. Give me 9. No, 10 is too much. Give me just 2. It's fine. Even though this is not touching the floor, but it's making it look as though it is. I think that is too much. 1.1. Okay, 0.1 works. Well, it all depends on how big and how close to the floor to each other these objects are. So, ambient occlusion in EV is not so perfect yet. Okay, that's just ambient occlusion. What I'm going to is screen space reflection. Just turn screen space reflection on, turn on refraction. That's fine. Now go onto your materials. The glass material you create, close surface, and go look for settings. In settings, change the blend mode to alpha blend. Okay, and shadow, I love using alpha hash for my shadow. Now if I go into object mode in this object, press L to select just this top and assign the glass material to it. This is what I see. This is what I have right now. So Alt hand and I have this yeah, you can see it's a glass, so it's going to show everything that's going through it. However, I need to turn the alpha down, yeah, so you can see. So the alpha controls, the alpha is, it can also be found here, but I prefer coming to use this section here to make changes to my settings. Okay, so, and it's white. I don't want it white, I want it dark. Something of a dark blue, like so. And with this, I can affect the alpha to say 0.1, like now, 0.5. Yeah, like so. And of course, your glass is always reflective. So say 0.1. Now I'm getting that reflection of the glass surface. That's 1. Then in a way, it's also metallic. Give it a 0.5 metallicity. Alright, you can see it's looking nice. And a specular of about 0.35. So yeah, so that's my glass. And for this, I'm just gonna say m_time. Time, and all I'm going to do for this is, it's already a white base color, turn up the emission up to white and give the strength about 20. Now you're not seeing it glow right now. That's because we do not have the bloom settings turned on. So that's the first thing I'm going to do now. So come up here just a bit, wait for it. I need to save my work and turn off bloom, and you can see I have this nice glow. So save my work, but for my bloom the radius is too much. I'm gonna go 3. Yeah, I need to contain that because my scene is small. So and I'm gonna contain this to 1. Me, it's fine. Yeah, that's okay for me right now. All right, so let's go on to the chair. And for the chair, come up to your material. The first thing I'm going to give it is a steel. Everything is taken to steel. It's plus. Then come here and select. Do you want a dark matte or it has white? Yeah, Let's just hit plus and say ham underscore white, white me. Okay, so yeah, base color is white. Okay, I need to go into edit mode, L to select all that I want to have the white and hit assign. Make sure the white is selected, then hit assign. And for this, turn down the roughness. Yeah, metallicity of 0, specularity 0.5 is fine. Anyways, yeah, it's fine. Then go back to object mode. Now that's okay. Now chair light, that's for the chair light. I can just select my end time. And in order for me to duplicate this, I need to just hit this icon here, new material, and I can say chair light, m underscore chair light. Yeah, that's cool. And I think the glow is too much. The emission is too much for that, so I can take the emission down to about 5. Yeah, that's okay. So this is how it looks right now. Okay, I think there's something we still need to do. Control R, make it 2, and Control B. Oh, sorry. Scale X. Something is off. Yeah, my medium point. So scale in the X axis, like so. Alright, that's fine. And let's give the rest a dark matte. So right here, select all of this, hit plus, and give this a dark matte and assign. So objects mode, this is what we have right now. Okay, so let's go for a different kind of silver for the lamp. Okay, and our lamp is really different. Anyways, that's fine. I feel like scaling it down right now, so I'm just going to go 3D cursor. That's it's on the table, so select everything, then scale a bit down. Yeah, that's fine. And go back. Edit mode and geo X. Move it like so. Object mode. M underscore lamp chrome. So base color for my lamp down. Metallic, fully metallic, roughness 0.35. Yeah, make it sort of darker. And just a little bit. A bit. Yeah. And I feel that's okay. Alright, but I need this lamp as well. So I'm gonna need flush and come over and say chair light, duplicate and say m underscore lamp light. And just tab edit mode, L to select everything, assign the light to it. So I shift C, cursor to selected, and I need to create going to object mode. I need to create a light there, an aerial light, and I need to scale it in like so, and scale it with respect to Y as well, like so. Yeah, then bring it down a bit. Z. Yeah, like so. So the lamp is right there. I can just scale it to have a much more broad effect. So 10 watts is fine. It's a table lamp. Yep, and that's fine with the position as well. Okay, now over to this. Let's see. We have it's white base, glass surface. So oh, we should have started with white matte actually. So white base, I need plus and go what is it? Glass, yeah. Edit mode, L to select desktop, assign to assign that. Go to object view, and yeah, we have it. We have our glass in there. But you can see that the glass is also working even in there at the center. So I need to just select all of this and go to 1. Make sure I'm in orthographic view, wireframe, then go into this and shift, press B to open the box select, hold shift and deselect all of this. Then switch to face, X to delete just that face. Object mode, solid, and okay, we can always switch back to. Now you can see that I am no longer getting that weird artifact that I was having. I can duplicate this just in case I need a different variant. Let's just say glass variant. Yeah, of course, why not? Let's change this to a sort of ocean blue color and make it brighter. Yeah, make it more metallic, like 0.8. Yep, and just gonna give this a 0.5 back. And my roughness here is gonna be 0.02. Only really looking like really glossy. Like this, 0.05. Yeah, metallic of about 8.75. Alright, and where's Suzanne? Yeah, this is Suzanne. So for Suzanne, I'm going to apply soft on Suzanne. Ooh, yeah, looking nice. And just shade of the smooth. And my Suzanne, let's give Suzanne a different M underscore orange. Right. So just gonna change base color for Suzanne down to a very nice orange. Like so. And there we have it. About scene all prepped and ready. So what's left? Rendering. So I have this light here and just G, Z to bring it down, G of X to bring it close. We'll consider this and come to render. So of course scene wall, very important. And now I can work on my light first. Let's go get very nice purple, and 1000 is too much. Just about 200 is fine here. And shift D, G of X to duplicate it and give this a really nice yellow green. Like so. Or let's go blue. Alright. And just gonna select this, give a purple brush to the purple. So yeah, make it a little bright, and this is what we have. So just select this and G of X to position it. Oh, I need to select both of them. And right now I can group it, I can join it, so Ctrl J and just have it as my chair. So G of X, move it to right about so, G of Y, move it forward, and it's looking good. Looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good. So let's position our camera and let's get going. So select your camera, press 0 on your number pad, or you can always go to view, cameras, active camera, or viewpoint camera. Okay, so view, viewpoint, camera, and there you go. So G of Z, I'm just gonna move it down, move it close, rotate it like so. So alright, so I think I'm having this at a good position. So I should turn on thirds and all of that right now, but no, I'm just gonna take my hand to 1000 and yeah, change my lens to a 35. Yeah, to have it much more centered. Shift C, Ctrl S, save, and now let's give it a render. But for that, let's just confirm there's nothing that we're leaving out. Okay, yeah, I see something that we're leaving out actually. Alright, let's get onto it. So just gonna zoom in, go into head select, and I'm gonna select all of this. Okay, just select all of it. Now I can select down below there anymore. It's not gonna be possible to get that done. So just going to, you know what? Let's see. Let's give it a try. Um, if we don't try, we won't know. Okay. So yeah, all that's selected. That's fine. Now Control B. Um, yeah, it's weird, but I mean, what I need is something small and subtle. So let's go over 5. I'm gonna have issues here. I'm gonna have issues here. So Control Z, come up here and press 1 and select this. G, Shift Z, move it in like so. That's fine. Do the same here. No, yeah, G, Shift Z, and just move it in and away from what I'll be doing. Turn off the floor as well, and let's get it done here too. No, what's wireframe? Yeah, no, G, Shift Z. Yeah, like so, and yeah, G, Shift Z, like so. Okay, fine. Now I get to select all the I just do what I wanted to be selected. So select, select, yeah. So just hold Shift and Alt, and you get to select everything like so. And if you have this selected, hold Shift to deselect it. And yeah, that is it. Now let's go Control B to create the bevel, just a very nice small bevel. Okay, and yeah, that's it. That's it. That's cool. And that's also the reason for um yeah, I know this solidify still on so it apply. That's also the reason for leaving this space there. So just select all of this like so. Like select Control B. You get this. All right. I think I'm having a sort of double. Yeah, sorry about that. That's because I think I just need to get rid of one of them. So L L L L G Y. Okay. Let me check this. Okay, that's fine. Save it. Let's go on to this and see. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We are good. Go into this. Enable the floor and Alt A to deselect all and save. So let's render how our work. F12 on your keyboard, and this is what you get. Simple, right? Yeah, simple. Stay tuned for more Blender tutorials. So save my image, and I'm good. So just a little tip if you want to go for a round table, turntable kind of stuff. What I'm going to do for that is just um, create Shift A, add an empty, add plain axis. Yeah, this is it. Now select my camera, select the axis, and hit Control P. Object key transform. Now I'll just bring up my timeline, come to my keying, select this, location, rotation, and scale. Press high to key in this current location. Then come to about, okay, first of all, I need to go check up on my frame rate. 24 frames per second, take it to 30. So 90 frames will be 3 seconds, and 150 would be 5 seconds. So my hand frame, take my hand frame to 150, and at 150 come to item. I just pressed N, come to item, or you can just press RZ360, hit enter, and then press high. So with that, if I go into my camera now and I press play, this is what I get. So if I'm not satisfied with the location or with the camera placement, I can just move this, or instead I can simply move all the objects in the scene. For now, I'm just going to move only this so I can have a good rotation. So I again, and let's give this a 0.5. Yeah, and then high, and the hand frame also 0.5 and high. All right, let's check it out again. So it's not the best. Okay, it's not the best. I can always adjust my camera, and let's play it and see. Yeah, this is looking better. This is looking better. So let's check it out in our rendered view and hit play. That's a simple turntable for you. Alright, if you want to render it out as an animation, you can simply just select here to choose where you want to render it out. Select FFmpeg video, come to encoding and say H264 in MP4. Once you do that, all of your settings would be in MP4. So for me, I know my system can handle high quality encoding. I want real time, that's fine for me. And all I just need to do is go to render and say Control F12. That's render animation, and I would have an animation video. So see you in the next intro tutorial. All we're just going to be dealing with is how to get things done in Blender. Modeling, of course. See you and bye for now.